Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of It's Brittany B Podcast, a show where you and I go on a journey and break down subjects that most of us want to talk about, listen to, or even want to be a part of. I'm your host, Brittany, and if y'all are ready, let's sit back, relax, and let's chat. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about turning 30. Let's talk about December 1st, 2022. Do you want to know a fun fact about this day? Do you really want to know the significance of this day? It's my birthday. And it's not just any birthday, my lovely humans. Oh no, this birthday is my dirty 30. And I've been having some mixed feelings about this milestone for a while now. And I started to realize that I was veering closer and closer to this new tri-life decade. And then I started to look at what I've done so far in my 20s. And every year I become more confused on what I wanted to do and what I'm supposed to do. We've all heard of the quarter century crisis at 25 and the classic midlife crisis, right? Can someone tell me where in the hell did 30 become a crisis category all of a sudden? I remember turning 20. 10 years ago. Oh my gosh. Sorry, it's the amount of years for me. But let me just focus back on what I was saying before I sound dumb and contradict myself. But I remember the feeling of turning 20. First, I no longer had the word teen in my age. 20 is solid. 20 sounds more mature. Even though I was far from it, I felt like an adult. It was liberating. But when I really look back on being 20, I was an adult, yes. But I was an adult who could neglect my newly established adult needs. I definitely think that example alone is the reason why my 20s was such a party of a time. Whew, I miss those days. Just the fact of knowing everything, but actually not knowing. I used to hear ignorance is bliss and knew what it meant, but I never put it in my own narrative. I do now. I had this crazy ride in my 20s, and I can say I have always had fun. Shoot, most of my bad moments in my 20s stemmed from having fun. But 30? 30. 30. Are those wild adventures and crazy chances I've always and still kind of take going to be there at 30? At 25, I started to look at myself and wonder, 5 years, I will be 30. Facebook said in that inspirational quote with Will Smith's face on it, as for aesthetic purposes, he never really said it, I don't think. But this meme said 20s are for messing up. And the 30s are when you get your life together. This post had thousands of likes and hearts and all sorts of stuff. So obviously, there must be some sort of societal agreement in this crazy ass statement. Having everything figured out by 30? I'm 25 at this point of my gradual thought process of approaching 30. 30 is the first actual level of adulting. Yeah, your 20s? That was a free decade subscription to adulthood. Now you are in adulthood, having your card of life being charged. No more free subscriptions. What I meant by this dope metaphor I just thought of, in your 20s, you're an adult, but you can be a little bit more careless and irresponsible. And it's expected from you. Your 30s, well, according to society, you have to have it all figured out by then. Today, being newly 30 and hearing that ridiculous statement now, oh Lord. I'm fine, I'm doing fine. And you know why I'm doing fine? Because when I think about what turning 30 meant to my mom, my pops, my brother, my best friends, I then realized that we are expected to have everything accomplished by 30. And between all of them, it shows that it's all changed over time. Being married, having kids, buying a home, having a dream career with a great salary and an incredible pension, that was my great adult life. My passion, however, was pursuing acting and singing. That dream was my shooting for the stars dream. Between those two dreams, by 27, I was already a mother. I had a stable and secure job. I had a man. Oh, now I'm pregnant by this man. Okay, now we're married. I was falling more towards the societal home expectation by 30 because I already had the ingredients to make that happen. Little did I know, however, that these ingredients that I felt I had to accomplish this life-fulfilling life had some rotten ingredients. I'm sitting here trying to settle for a life that society expects me to have by a certain age. Well, guess what I found out, y'all? You know what? Let's play a game. I ask trivia questions. I pause for like a second. You answer the question, either in your car, your bedroom, your job. It doesn't matter. I won't hear it anyway. And then I'll say the answer. Okay, let's play. In 1990, how old was the average male when he got married? Well, according to BGSU, that age was about 26 years old. Did you get that right? And now, how about in 1990, how old was the average female when she got married? According to BGSU, the age is about 20. Now, if we were to compare the age of people getting married now, males, the age today went up to 30 years old, according to Statista.com. And females went to age 28. The age for being a first-time parent went up a couple years. But I think it's just because more people in their mid-30s and 40s are now having their first babies and getting married for the first time. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just wonder, with all that change I just mentioned, why is there still an impending doom towards 30? Why is society putting in inputs and pressure on how and where you should be in 30? Glamorizing the idea that you should have accomplished something amazing by 30. And it's so much damn pressure. The anxiety that is weighing heavy over you, that, my dear friends, is the lovely feeling that we are running out of time. How do you grow up when you literally see that carefree, easy part of adulting now fading away? Like, what have I done in my life? I can't sit here and say I haven't done fun and amazing things that led me to incredible experiences. Both all those things happened on crazy spontaneous moments, which, fun fact about me, spontaneity is one of my top 5 characteristics about me. Am I going to have that same drive so that I can have those same experiences? I have to be mature right now, but I'm not ready to really let go of my free adulthood in my 20s subscription yet. But wait, I'll just make a chart of things that I will accomplish in my 30s. Then I know that I can accomplish these goals at a specific age. I mean, this method didn't work in my 20s, but I'm more mature now, so it should be fine. So I am a recent divorcee. And when I was in my I'm free stage after the divorce, I then started to think, well, I would like to get married again. Have a do-over. I don't know. Maybe I can get it right this time, whatever that means. But I just got divorced at 29. And I'm sticking to my guns about not being with someone because I need to love me. But I don't want to get married no later than 34, definitely not 35. So I need to be strategic about this. Well, I need to heal from men for about 2 to 2.5 years max. Then I'll meet a guy and let's say we vibe, right? Just fast forward, okay? I need to date him for about 2 years before marriage. And then after a proposal, we have about a year to get married after the proposal. It's like no matter how you see it, we have to grow up in a world where you are told more often than not, we have a deadline to get our shit together. I just noticed so many people I knew that were the same age as me having weddings, then after that having a baby, doing cute holiday crap and posting it on Facebook. Then they buy a puppy and then they buy a house. I literally hit reset at 29 when I got divorced. The details can be discussed in a later episode, but I hit reset at 29. Overall, dreams did not change. The only thing that did change was the amount of time that I have left to get my dreams so that I can still be young when I want to enjoy it. To be an actress and win an Oscar, Emmy, and or Tony. Remember, that was my main dream. But I was so busy trying to be 20 and enjoy my freedom, be a mom, work full time, go towards a career that would be more realistic than my acting job, being married, trying to keep that shit wreck afloat. By the time I look, I'm already 27, 2 kids deep, married, great job, and I still do not feel accomplished with these milestones that have happened in my life so far. I'm doing all the domestic things that I wanted to do in my life before 30. I mean, not in the traditional chronological way, but still the same things nonetheless. Why did I not feel accomplished still? Why am I comparing my life to others my age? Why does this matter so much? 30 should not be an expected structure with a deadline to anyone. We should be able to embrace our failures. It takes us 20 plus years to even semi-understand who we really are. And then by 10 years or less, we have to have that figured out. You should not have to be any better or any worse. You can still deal with failures in your 30s and not feel so ashamed because you are 30. Maybe, I don't know, if we can make it seem like you don't have to only get things done in your 20s in order to fulfill yourself in today's world, maybe decades and decades of millions of people wouldn't have the anxiety about a damn double-digit number. Okay, so let's be real for a minute. Let's just kick this door down and look at this elephant in the freaking face and look at him in the damn eyes and face the fact, if you really think about it, our 20s were disgusting. Maybe not for everybody, but I like to think I hung out with a lot of people in my 20s and I did some pretty crazy stuff. Sorry, mom and dad. And I know I was a disgusting, gross party animal / mom during the week. And then when she went to her dad's, and like a gremlin, if you give me alcohol after midnight, Tony, if you're listening to this, remember seeing me in the mornings after I went out? Tony's my best friend / soul sister. She's been stuck with me since we were 9, y'all. Shout out to Antoine and my other best friend, her husband, Coco. His name's not really Coco. It's Corey, but he's weird about me talking about his name and stuff. But yes, I was super ratchet. My life was messy. It was chaotic. It was fun. It was sad. It was scary. A lot of the time, angry. But I like to think that's what made my 20s so great. All the good and the bad and the ugly, the embarrassment, everything made this journey in my life spectacular today. I'm the type of person who loves to put as much food on her plate during Thanksgiving because I want to try everything. And I think that is how I apply living my life. I was able to work so many extraordinary jobs in my 20s. My uncle's shop, McDonald's, retail, medical. I was a teacher, you guys, a teacher to adults. Modeling, acting, laboratory minion, bartender. I met a lot of amazing people and made a lot of connections. I also did a lot of things that people wanted you to do in your life on society standards. Getting married, having kids, having a good stable job. But then I got divorced, filed for bankruptcy, and went to college. I mean, I did all of that and realized that only half of what I mentioned was really worth having. And that's my kid, my job, and college. I didn't do any of those things in the traditional order, but I like to hit shuffle on my life playlist. Keeps things spontaneous. And that works for me because I'm 30 now and I can confidently say right now that I am happy to see how much farther of my peace I can find. I think 30 is the age where we start to understand who we are. I'm more comfortable now. You would think otherwise if you saw me on the day-to-day, but I love being busy and I suck at being punctual. But I am going to change that narrative about me. Just stay tuned. But my point is 30 is not the age where it is the end-all be-all of your youth. Maybe it's our youth understanding the maturing and happiness we want, and after people-pleasing for most of our lives, aka our parents, teachers, friends, significant others, etc., I felt like I had to have control of me. I'm doing what I want for me and what makes me feel good in life. And I have to say, you guys, I mean, it's a pretty good feeling. I can't tell anyone how to feel about 30. All of our scenarios in life are different. However, I do feel that we should try to understand that life will be chaotic forever, no matter what age. I think we instilled this thought process that life will be completely figured out by a certain age. And I don't think anyone will truly have everything understand until you're moments away from death. When your mind is able to categorize moments in life of what you thought was important but wasn't, and what you thought wasn't important but was. What made you a shitty human being and what made you a good person, not where you should be at by 30. I think as long as you go down the path of life and you're chasing your dream, there will be no time limit. There are no limitations. There are alternative solutions that can detour you for a second, but you end up back on your path. 30 is not a crisis. It's a reincarnation of a stronger and more durable model of yourself. So enjoy this ride now, because you will get old eventually. But 30 is not that number. So in conclusion, my lesson of walking out of our 20s and into our 30s for me is stop separating what you want to do and what you're supposed to do and realize that they go hand in hand. On this journey, you'll understand throughout your life where you want to be, and where you feel you should be. You are living for you, not society, and definitely not for a number. Well, you guys, thank you for sitting with me on another episode of It's Brittany B, the show where you and I go on a journey and break down topics that most of us want to talk about, listen to, or even want to be a part of. I'm your host, Brittany. I want to say thank you to Dedalian for producing today's show. And a thought for today, or more like a lifetime, really. Life is short. Live it. Love is rare. Grab it. Anger is bad. Dump it. Fear is awful. Face it. Memories are sweet. Cherish it. This thought of the day goes out to my dear friend Felipe. May you have a Felipe day every day. Love you. Also, don't forget to stay tuned for new episodes. And to stay up to date with the latest episodes, go to lccconnect.com. Or to keep in touch with the upcoming episodes and chances to be interviewed on my show, go to my new Facebook page called It's Brittany B. Capiche? Capiche? Cool. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.